Hello, Virgo. Stay with me here because what I'm feeling now isn't the end of anything. It's that suspended moment where everything meaningful holds its breath. You've crossed a line energetically without realizing it. You're no longer asking, no longer pleading, no longer trying to be understood. And that shift, wow, it echoes louder than words ever could. You see, the space between you and this person isn't empty, it's charged. Every unspoken thought, every almost message, every night where one of you stared at the ceiling wondering if the other felt it too, it all lives there. And lately, that space has become unbearable for them, not because you changed the rules, but because you stopped bending them. I keep sensing this image: dim light, muted colors, someone holding something close to their chest like a secret they're afraid to drop. That's them, wrestling with the truth they tried to outrun. The more grounded you became, the louder their inner noise grew. It's like your calm exposed their chaos. Your silence reflected everything they avoided feeling. And listen, this isn't about punishment. This is about alignment. Divine justice doesn't always arrive as confrontation. Sometimes it arrives as clarity. Sometimes it arrives when one soul finally stops chasing and the other realizes what they've been running from. That's why the timing feels strange, delayed, but precise. Nothing was late, nothing was wasted. You've been healing in ways that didn't announce themselves. Softly, privately. Learning to forgive without reopening wounds. Learning to hold love without losing yourself. That's Ace of Cups energy. A new emotional beginning that starts inside you first. And layered over it, that familiar warmth of memory. Six of Cups, not nostalgia that traps you, but remembrance that teaches you what real tenderness feels like. So now, whatever happens next won't take your power. If they come closer, it will be because they're finally ready to meet you where you stand. If they hesitate, it will only confirm how far you've already come. Either way, you're protected here, grounded, seen. Just stay open. Not to chaos, not to confusion, but to truth. Let things reveal themselves without forcing a shape. This energy is still moving, still unfolding, still whispering its intentions. And you don't need to rush it. Remain here, Virgo, sovereign, steady, listening. The story isn't finished speaking. Continue, je veux une longue suite. Okay, take a slow breath with me, because the energy doesn't soften here, it deepens. This is where things stop being loud on the outside and start echoing on the inside. You might have noticed it already, Virgo. That strange feeling when you're calm, almost too calm, and yet something keeps tugging at you gently, insistently, like a thought that refuses to fade. That's not anxiety, that's awareness. You see, when you healed, you didn't close your heart, you refined it. You stopped leaking energy into places that couldn't hold it. And the moment you did that, something shifted in them. I keep seeing this image of someone pacing in a quiet room, light from a window cutting across their face, half in shadow, half exposed. They're replaying moments, conversations, silences, things they wish they had said differently, things they assumed would wait. They didn't expect you to become this centered. They thought distance would weaken the bond, make it fade, but instead it clarified it. The devil energy shows up here not as temptation, but as attachment they can't shake. Thoughts looping, desire mixed with fear, wanting you, but terrified of what it means to fully step forward now that you're no longer chasing. And listen, the moon drifts in right after that. Soft blues, silver light, uncertainty, secrets kept even from themselves. They're questioning their own motives, wondering if they missed their chance, wondering if you've moved on emotionally, even if you're still energetically connected. That's why the silence feels so loud. That's why the pull feels stronger at night. The truth is closer than ever, but it scares them because it demands honesty. Meanwhile, you're standing in a very different place. There's this quiet glow around you now, Virgo, like the star after a storm. Gentle, restored. Hope that doesn't beg, doesn't rush. You're no longer asking the universe to prove anything to you. You trust what you feel. You trust your worth. And that's magnetic. So when I see judgment rising next, it's not about confrontation. It's about awakening, a realization they can't unsee, a call they can't ignore. Something inside them is saying, this matters. This always mattered, and it's happening now because you're finally strong enough not to lose yourself if they answer or if they don't. There's a knight moving through this energy too, not rushing, hesitant, testing the ground with every step. They want to come forward with an offer that feels real, not reactive. But they're afraid you've outgrown the version of them that caused the distance in the first place. And honestly, you have. But that doesn't mean the connection disappears. It means it transforms, or it tells the truth. So don't shrink, don't explain, don't reopen old wounds just to prove you still care. Your healing speaks louder than words ever could. Your forgiveness doesn't require access. Your love doesn't require sacrifice. Stay in this space, receptive but grounded. Let whatever is meant to step forward find you exactly where you are. Because right now, the universe isn't asking you to move. It's asking you to receive. And the energy, it's still unfolding, still breathing, still watching. Stay present, Virgo. The story hasn't finished revealing itself yet. Listen, this is where the current finally settles, not because everything is resolved, but because you are. The cards soften here, the way water does when it finds its level. I see the Ace of Cups rising gently, almost quietly, a single chalice, light spilling over the rim, not rushed, not forced. This isn't about restarting pain. This is about emotional truth being offered without demand. Forgiveness that doesn't erase memory, but releases the weight of it. You don't have to forget to heal. You don't have to reopen the door to keep your heart open. And right behind it, the Six of Cups drifts in like a memory you can finally look at without breaking. Warm colors, familiar faces. Innocence, but wiser now. This is you reclaiming the part of your heart that loved purely without self-betrayal. It's also them realizing that what they lost wasn't just a person. It was a feeling they can't recreate anywhere else. That realization doesn't need your response to exist. It's theirs to carry. Okay, breathe here. Because the power has already shifted. You're no longer standing in longing. You're standing in calm authority. Whether they return, hesitate, or remain silent, your energy stays intact, protected, chosen by itself first. And that's why the universe stepped in when it did. Not to punish anyone, but to restore balance, to remind you that love isn't proven through struggle, but through peace. So if you feel lighter right now, that's not coincidence. If your chest feels open instead of tight, that's alignment. You've done the work. You've forgiven without erasing yourself. You've loved without losing your center. And whatever unfolds next, it will meet you at this level, or it won't meet you at all. Stay here for a moment. Let the message land. Let the calm wrap around you like something sacred. And if this reading resonated, if it felt like it found you instead of the other way around, gently support the energy by liking, commenting, and subscribing to Virgo, not as a favor, but as a seal, a signal that you're ready for what's next. Take another breath. You're safe now. The heart knows where it stands, and the universe, it's already responding.